Welcome, everybody, back to the Cavalry.
Back to the Cavalry. Back on the saddle.
Tried to pick up energy and steam mid-sentence. I could feel myself dragging. Good to be here. Good to be back with my buddy Johnny Beaner.
As always good to be here. I feel like I'm home here.
Because you're in your home?
Right, yes.
You're literally...
I am at home.
You know where I don't feel at home? Upstairs. When I come downstairs, I feel like this is my home.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm at home when I'm not at home.
Yeah, not at home. But no, we're both home. I had to kind of clear the schedule this week. My wife had gum surgery.
Ooh, not fun, folks.
Yeah, and apparently she has receding gums. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of this. Oh, maybe your brother can help us out with this.
Oh, I'm sure he's heard of it.
But so you have to get, like, literally her gums have gone, which is so funny because she's like the best flosser.
Maybe
Perfect.
That's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, see, all that flossing, you receded your gums.
Oh,
they say it's genetic. I don't know. All I know is I don't floss, and I don't seem to have that problem. But I floss when you have to.
Popcorn you floss night. Every right before your appointments.
Every prime rib popcorn night. That's a flossing night. I like to have the prime rib and the popcorn, just to promote gum health. Anyway, point is, she had this surgery, and they were like, so she's laid up. She's got this huge swollen jaw. She looks like, end of Rocky. We can't go out in public. I'm like, cannot walk around with you with your jaw swollen. It's gonna invite too many questions.
Oh, she had it already?
Yeah, she had it on Tuesday. What day is it today? Yeah, yesterday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she where am I? Am I married still? Right. No, she had it yesterday. And so she was like all drugged out and stuff. And now she's a little better, but it's still, she's not supposed to like lift heavy things because she could pop the stitches out. And yeah, so but what I was gonna say was, they thought they were gonna have to take, like, because you're like, well, where do you get the extra gums from? Like, if they're receding, how does that work? They thought they were gonna have to take.
Can I guess?
Sure.
The sphincter of a corpse.
No, I thought you were gonna say like they just take
part of her ass
and put it in your gums. No, they take from the roof of your mouth. They cut into the roof of your mouth and use that tissue to like grow your gums back.
And then what? That just heals where they took it from or something?
I guess, yeah. Then they just sew that up.
Or then they take a corpse's sphincter and they put that in the roof of your mouth to fill that hole.
They take the corpse's sphincter and just let you play around with it to kind of ease the anxiety of them cutting into the roof of your mouth.
Sure.
We need some donor sphincters for
our patients to use
yeah. But they didn't have to, because they said your gums, we have enough to work with your actual gums. We can just use donor tissue. So they do use donor I guess I'm assuming gum tissue, and I'm also assuming from dead people, because who's just like such a good citizen, they're like, you know what, I got enough gums going here, I'm a pretty gummy guy, you can have a little bit of this,
Wow.
I might need this.
Oh, so she just in rough shape right now?
But they didn't have to cut into the roof. That's what I'm saying. It would have been worse if they had to cut into the roof of the mouth, but we avoided that. So then they only did one side. So then, like, a month from now, she got to go do the whole thing again. And I cleared all this time off my schedule purposefully, because, like, no, I want to be home, for a solid week at least, help you recover, be a good husband. And then, but we didn't know she had to do it again in a month. So then she was like, are you home next month? I'm like, nah, I'm gone all week. Like, good luck.
I'm on a cruise ship.
I'm like literally on a cruise ship. So
dang.
You might have to call your cousin or something and drive you home. But anyway, That's what's going on here.
Oh boy. Ooh.
You're by yourself.
I am by myself. What do you mean? Right now?
Yeah, that's what I mean right now. Normally there's someone behind
You're
me.
right. I am by myself.
No, wait, didn't you tell me it was like Aaron's out of the house or something?
No. Oh yeah, tonight, but she's already home. Yeah,
Oh.
she had ladies' night, but it was just like dinner.
Oh, okay.
She's already home and up in bed. Yeah.
Retracted. Retract my statement.
Well, you remember that's very good. You remembered. But yes, she's home now.
Oh.
It was a melatonin night for the kiddos because I tucked them in.
What how do
Get your
you just
gummy. Come get your gummy, everyone.
oh,
Just
so
makes bedtime so much easier.
you preemptively decide like I don't want to screw around with this.
Well, yeah, because I mean, just if it's like because if we were recording at 9 and because especially after the time change, I mean, it's like bright as day out at 7 o'clock when we start
Oh, yeah,
bedtime.
yeah,
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
the kids are still, Edie sometimes is fussing and Duncan's keeps getting out of bed like at 9 o'clock. So I was like, all right, we'll just drug you. Let's just
Melatonin's
get
such a
you.
such a perfect this is like technically a vitamin, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You're just giving them vitamins,
Yeah, keeping them
you know?
healthy. They say on the bottle it's non-addictive, but I don't buy that. I think like it has to mess with like if you take melatonin, and we don't give it to them like all the time. It's just like certain times if we need it, but like or if they need it, but like if you take that all the time, of course your body's gonna start to need it, wouldn't you think?
I
To
think I
fall
got
asleep.
I think I became immune to it, you know? Cuz like I drink a lot of
Huh?
coffee. You know how like some people are like, "Oh my god, I had 2 cups of coffee or something." Man, I could literally have 4 shots of espresso and live about the same life without the, you know what I'm saying? Like it
Yeah,
really doesn't hit me so I don't get jittery or whatever.
yeah,
So in that same way, I was taking a ton of melatonin, or just not a ton, but just like very regularly.
yeah,
And I noticed it doesn't really do anything for me anymore. You know, I've got to
yeah.
up the dosage or mix it with alcohol or something. I said I had a joke about melatonin on like Instagram, and somebody commented saying, "Careful with that; it changes your chemistry or your hormones. Like it turns you into a
Oh,
lady or
oh,
something. Makes
oh,
you less of a
really?
man. Lowers your testosterone. I don't know, something like that."
Huh?
But you know, that's like every internet commenter is like
Yeah,
thinks. you
yeah,
know, I'm like, that's not the problem. It's like it just doesn't work anymore. Same thing with like the weed. I got like I was in Palm Springs. We got these like weed mints. It's like, oh, that'll
yeah.
help me sleep. I was like, what kind just knocks you out? You know, like,
Indica.
yeah, that's it. Yeah. So that's what I got. And then that worked pretty good the first couple times. I was like, oh man, you know,
Yeah.
now it's like, now it's just like a mint.
That's just candy.
It's just like a
Oh
weird tasting
man.
mint.
I had a Sunday night was rough for me. I felt fine all day. Sunday was great, and then I went to bed, and then at 1:45 a.m. I just woke up, couldn't sleep, had a fever, was achy, couldn't toss and turn. I had to go to the bathroom, and like it was like freezing. It was like when you're sick, So
Oh yeah.
I came back, and I was like shaking so hard. Aaron woke up and was like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" I was like, "I don't know. I'm just freezing." So I had a fever and I couldn't fall back asleep till like 6 a.m. So Monday, I was just a piece of shit. That's why I watched Die Hard 4. I watched The Massive Weight of Unbearable Talent or whatever.
Yeah. Wait,
Oh
how
my
did
God.
Die Hard 4 crack the list? You've been
That's a great
meaning to.
movie. That is a great movie. Have
I
you seen it? Live Free or Die Hard?
Of course I've seen it, but it is not a great movie.
Oh, I mean, what else would I have
It's
watched?
like it was like, you know what, that Die Hard they made pretty early on in the whole like, hey, action stars have no expiration date anymore, and we're just
Yeah.
gonna reboot everything that was vaguely successful,
Yeah.
and
That was
that
one
was
of
like
them.
one of the first ones they kind of brought back. I feel like that, and like that Indiana Jones, that was also bad.
Oh my God. You're not going to believe this. I'm not jumping the gun. My topic, my
Oh,
topic
oh,
for tonight is literally Indiana Jones 4 is not a bad movie. I'm not even kidding. Look at this right here. Indiana Jones 4.
Well, let's just get into it.
All
Can we
right.
just get into it? Because
Oh, by
first
the
of all,
way, I should look at this. Look what I was just watching.
I don't
Wow,
know
that's
what.
Indiana Jones 4 right there.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
watching that while I was waiting for the call. Oh my
The
gosh. How serendipitous.
maybe we just discovered something about your personality is like you like the fourth afterthought money grab versions of all the franchises. Like
Look, here's the thing. Indiana
you're like,
Jones
is the
4.
star of this movie also collecting Social Security? No? Then forget it. Talk to me when this guy
Talk to me in 2 more sequels. No,
drives a
this
Buick.
movie, it's the worst of the 4, of course. But it doesn't take, it was fun. Everyone that watched it had fun. And then when they walked out, they were like, that was bad because it wasn't as good as the first 3, but they had fun while they were watching it. And it doesn't take anything away from the first 3. It doesn't make 1 worse. It doesn't make 2 worse just because 4 exists.
Dude, you know what makes Indiana Jones bad? Once you hear it, you can never unhear it.
Uh-oh.
Is if you just take him, the character, Harrison Ford, out of all those movies, it doesn't change the endings of any of them. All the same shit would have happened.
That. Yeah.
Doesn't that bother you?
No.
It like totally bothers me.
Yeah, that's like
a
story writing anecdote of like, oh, here's the unique thing about Indiana Jones is he fails in every movie.
Literally doesn't do anything.
Just fails the whole thing. Yeah.
Just punches a few Nazis and but the I agree with you on that, is that it's all expectations. So like if you wait too long to make the sequel, people raise their expectation level so high, there's no real way to actually clear that bar. You can't.
Oh yeah.
You know, like the second Indiana Jones movie is I think is like the worst one.
That's my favorite one. The
Dr.
Temple of
Jones,
Doom.
the little Asian kid.
Yeah, Short Round. Oh,
just won the Oscar.
Mine.
That's their favorite one.
That is my favorite one.
This is crazy. See, we should have done a movie podcast because then we'd be disagreeing about everything.
That one,
you think that's better than the first one?
Yeah, I mean, yes. I'm not saying it is a better movie. I'm saying I like it better, but I'll surrender to the fact that it's just because of when I saw each of them and where I was at life. Like I didn't know what the hell was going on the first time I saw Raiders of the Lost Ark. And when I saw Temple of Doom, I was like, this is the fucking coolest shit. Because I was like too young to see it. I mean, it's rated PG, but that was like in 85.
That's probably why I love the third one so much, because it was more when I was like, and also it's like a little more fun, you know, like with Sean Connery and everything. I think that's growing up was always my favorite.
Yeah, I remember seeing that one in the theater.
No,
that's my brother Ben. Shout out to Ben. That's his favorite comedy. If you ask him what his favorite comedy movie is, he will say Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
What is going on with this Beaner movie critic? I don't understand. How is it a comedy? I mean, there's like a couple of funny moments.
Hey, I don't know. I didn't say it was mine. What about when he throws the guy off the plane or the guy flying and he
no
goes,
ticket.
No ticket. Classic indie. A great line.
I just don't know if it rises to comedy. Well, whatever.
It's a great movie.
Not here to disparage your brother.
I mean, the fourth one, yes, there are some when the kid Mutt is swinging through the vines like a monkey. It's like, all right, you're really pushing my suspension of disbelief here.
Oh, I forgot about that. And then there's like a sword.
But it's still fun. It's like whatever.
Yeah, you know.
That's why, like this fifth one, I'm very excited to see this fifth one.
Oh,
and I know it'll be disappointing, and I know everyone's gonna get mad, and everyone that gets mad is an idiot because he's 92 years old. Of course, it's ridiculous, but it's exciting to see.
I like it better. I hope, I don't know what, obviously I don't know anything about it, but like I kind of hope they lean into the fact that he is an old man, you know, and can't like swing around or do like a lot of the like stunt stuff. So it's just like him being an old guy,
complaining about his hip for 90
reading.
minutes.
Yeah. I love movies with like really old guys in it. I decided.
Yeah. You also like TV shows called The Old
Yeah.
Guy.
Oh yeah. That's my genre right there. Just old men sitting around. That show was great. Well, actually, it ended so horribly. I don't know. So just a
Yeah,
better
that was
ending.
bad. That was the one where I didn't know that if I had seen the last episode or not, and I
It
had.
was. I assume they're gonna finish that up somehow, but
Yeah, I don't think.
but yeah, I'm with you. I mean, like it was. I don't think I've rewatched the fourth one.
That was 15
much.
years ago. That came out in 2008.
Dude, that's crazy.
And now they're coming out with another one.
They're doing another one. Harrison Ford is still great though. I'm watching the show he's in. He's like my favorite actor ever. Yeah. Do you watch that?
I love Harrison Ford. Not a big Jason Segel fan.
Yeah, then you definitely shouldn't watch the show because he's like.
I started it, and me and Aaron both like maybe 20 minutes into it, we were like, I don't think this is gonna. And we just bailed.
Yeah.
But our buddy Matt Knutsen's in it, so I like Matt Knutsen.
What a friend.
Maybe I should. Maybe I'll keep watching.
Shit on the show.
He's not gonna get any money if I watch it or don't watch it.
No, I don't know how that works. But Harrison Ford's great in it, and he's great in everything. And I can't wait to see. You're right. I'll be in line to see Indiana Jones.
The Dial of
Make
Destiny.
another one. Make another one. Make a sixth one, seventh one. Just keep going.
Yeah, they should make this one like the Avengers, where it's like, oh my god, they're doing a fifth. Oh, it's a two-parter. Dial of Destiny Part 1 and Dial of Destiny Part 2. That's the real money grab.
Really just dare him to like stay alive, Just like set up like a multi-arc plot thing so that he has to live for like the next 10 years or something. That's what I don't get is like actors who retire. So speaking of Sean Connery, he just like quit. And Gene Hackman did that too, where they're just like, yeah, I'm done. Yep. Joe Pesci did that. Why? How is it so? Is it such a? You don't like, make him pretend for a few weeks a year. You don't have to do the press tours or whatever. Just show up, be in the movie. Like Rick Moranis, just like quit. Is it that hard?
Like I retired. I put in my time. Like, have you guys never had a job?
Yeah.
Do you know that?
And it's like, they're like, to spend time with my kids. It's like, okay, now like these guys. First of all, maybe Rick Moranis, but then your kids are grown now.
Yeah.
Go back
out there.
Get back out there. What are you waiting for?
I'm trying to think. I just listened to. It was Bob Saget's podcast. Bob Saget's Here For You or whatever his podcast. He had Brian Regan on, and Brian, like they were talking about comedians and how they, we just never retire because it's what we do and it's what we love to do. And Brian does not subscribe. He's like, yeah, I would love to just not. I love doing stand up, but it would be nice to not do it to not have to do it anymore.
He doesn't have to do it.
I know.
How much money would he have to accumulate to where he could, like, he's been doing this for what, 30 years at a top professional level, making quite a bit of money, I assume.
Probably more than that. Probably
40 years. Like what point? What is he waiting for? Like,
I don't know.
What are his bills like?
I don't know.
Maybe
he's a gambler.
Yeah, maybe he's a gambler. I don't know. But I don't. And also, like, I'm sure he's telling the truth and that he's like intellectually being honest, like thinking about it's a drag sometimes, the travel and the pressure or whatever. But he wouldn't quit. I mean, maybe you wouldn't do arenas or big
maybe
theaters,
he wouldn't tour as heavily as he.
But he totally would not quit.
Yeah,
because nobody does. Show me the example. You can go from open micer. Look at Jay Leno. He's out there with half his face burned off, showing up at the Comedy Magic Club.
What happened to his face? I didn't know.
He got his motorcycle caught on fire or something.
How long ago was that?
he had it happened a couple times that like he had that, and then he had like an accident or something. Like you can't kill him, and you can't stop him from going to the Comedy Magic Club.
Oh my gosh.
He'll be at Hermosa, whether he's got a face or not. And that guy's got money. You know, he's not doing it for the money.
He's doing
Nobody
it for
quits. Nobody quits stand up.
Nobody quits.
People only start or they die.
Yep.
And even then.
Well, what about Eddie Murphy? He quit.
Kind of. But there's always little whispers, and then
I think about like Eddie Murphy. Everyone's like, oh, you should come do it again. Like the amount, can you think of another comedian that there is that amount of pressure? Like how scary would that be if it's like, I'm Eddie Murphy. I was the greatest, and I have not done it in fucking 30 years.
Yeah.
If I
And that's what I mean. The pressure, that's probably what keeps him. That's probably what keeps him off.
Right.
It's like the Indiana Jones 4 thing. It's like you wait too long, they're expecting to see just greatness, you know?
Yeah, make my life as great as it was when I last saw you.
Right. When I was young and
yeah.
Oh my god. Steve Martin kind of quit, but then he now he does it in his own way. I mean, him and Martin Short do these little Broadway shows, and it's basically stand up. You know, they're just kind of doing a 2-man act.
Yeah. Where he plays the banjo and stuff.
Yeah, he plays the banjo, but it's mostly jokes, and they're just up there like cracking jokes on each other, and so
yeah, didn't they co-hosted SNL, right?
I think so. Yeah, I didn't see it, but I've seen their show. Like it was on. They put it out on Netflix or something.
Yeah, I did not.
Oh, you didn't like it? I thought it was funny. I just love both those. I just think they're both so funny.
Yeah, I mean, Steve Martin's one of my favorites. Like, I just his old stuff is like the greatest.
This is why people are scared. People like
exactly. I was like, they're just not. But when they did SNL, I thought it was freaking hilarious.
Oh, okay.
And I loved it.
Well, I'll forget. Oh, I guess I'll back you up that, you know what? To be intellectually honest, I'm gonna need to rewatch Indiana Jones 4 before I can back you up.
It's I don't know. I can't.
That's your topic.
I know. I wrote that was my topic, and then I started watching it the other day. and I've been watching it while waiting to start today. I still think it's fun. I'd be shocked if anyone agreed or backed me up.
That's what
I'm shocked if you watched it. Yeah, I'd be shocked if you watched it and thought, "Hey, you were right."
Look, how about this? How about I back you up as long as I don't have to rewatch Indiana Jones 4?
That sounds good.
Is that a fair deal?
But we'll both see Dial of Destiny when it comes out.
Did you watch any of the Oscar nominated movies?
Yeah, yes.
Which ones?
I think only the one that won them all, the Everything Everywhere All at Once.
You saw that?
I saw that in the theater, like when it came. I think that came out like over a year ago, didn't it?
Yeah. I haven't seen it. Is it good? Is it that good? Do you agree?
I loved it. I remember I don't know why. Yeah, I saw it in the theater by myself. I was on the road, and I just remember thinking, this is such a different movie than I've ever seen before. But I was talking to my brother Scott about it, and he's like, it is such a different movie. However, it is almost exactly the same as Doctor Strange in the Multiverse.
Oh.
Like those movies came out like 2 weeks apart, and they're so similar. I mean, it's just all these different universes.
Yeah, the Spider-Man multiverse. I hate it. That's like a good. It's not my topic, but like was bugging me before when they were talking about the movie. They're like, yeah, it's just like really new genre because it was like blends like kung fu movies with sci-fi and multiverse movies. I'm like, multiverse is not a category of movie yet. I mean, like, and hopefully it never will be. Like, it's the biggest plot like crutch of all time to just go, oh yeah, it's the multiverse. It's basically like soap opera logic, you know, like, oh yeah, he was dead, but here's 2.0 version. He's back.
Yeah.
Just multiverse.
He's got a twin.
Yeah, he didn't really die. It's multiverse guy. Oh, the multiverse, you know, it's like such a crutch. So I really hope that like you can do this multiverse in like Marvel or whatever, fine, but let's not make it a staple of our diet. Like you've got westerns, you got mysteries, you got multiverses, you've got comedies like Indiana Jones 3. Maybe Indiana Jones will be a multiverse thing, and then they'll like bring him back as a young man or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they are. Apparently they're doing the technology to make him look young for, you know, like flashbacks or something like that.
Oh God, I already hate it. Just let him be an old guy sitting in a chair.
Well, he'll be an old guy
discovering
too.
Things.
He'll be both.
He the current Harrison Ford still flies airplanes, so like, you know, it's not that crazy that the character version could still do some stuff, but
yeah.
Anyway. All right.
Well,
do we have
I do have a discussion. Do you have any more discussion?
You have a discussion point? No, you should go with your discussion.
I just want to tell you this funny story because I was very frustrated with myself. So I ran the Shamrock Shuffle on Saturday. That was great.
Congratulations.
Did it all by myself. Anyway.
Was that in Madison?
Yeah.
How long?
And what?
5K?
10K.
Whoa.
Yeah, 10K.
Quite the shuffle.
And that was quite,
it more was than a
quite
shuffle.
The shuffle.
Be like, not exactly a shuffle here. Okay.
Okay.
Like, stop saying that. You're still around the same group. This isn't a different group of people.
Right. So I was coming home. So it was nice because I went just by myself and it was a 10K. So I was like, all right, you guys don't have to meet me at the finish line. That's fine. You guys can just stay in bed. So, but I was out and they didn't know how long it would take or any of that. So I was like, oh, I'm going to go to the record store. I'm going to have some Johnny time, you know?
Yeah.
They're at home.
That is so funny. Your whole motivation for running a fast race is so you have plausible deniability to get home late. They're like, oh yeah, Johnny, you didn't really improve upon your time much. You're like, yeah, I don't know. Just as meanwhile, you just ran like it was like doing a Nigerian guy just neck and neck, just so you can go be by yourself.
So I can be at the record store. Yeah. Without having to justify it.
What a sad married guy story. Okay.
So next to the record store is a Trader Joe's. And I went in there just to get Scandinavian swimmers. You ever get those?
Sure. Yeah. They're like Swedish fish, but like the knockoff.
But like 10 times better.
Oh, I guess I've never had the Trader Joe's.
They're less stiff. They're like Scandinavian swimmers, but like 30 times more sugar probably. And they're so delicious, but they're so addictive. And you know, whatever. So I bought a bag of those. And I was like, I can't eat the whole bag because I always get really sick when I eat the whole bag. So I hid them when I got home, pulled it in the garage, and I put them on the top shelf in the garage.
Yeah.
And then whatever I was doing the day. And then later I was like, oh, I want to have some Scandinavian swimmers. So I snuck out to the garage and they weren't there. And I was like, fuck. And I was like, oh no, I bet Duncan, because I told you he has the nose of a pound.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, I know he found them. And I was like, maybe he couldn't reach up there. And I was like, oh, like Aaron probably saw him and hit him and took him. So I said to Aaron, we were like getting ready to leave, and I go, hey, what did you do with my Scandinavian swimmers? And right after I said that, I remembered that I moved them from that shelf into the laundry room. And she was like, what are you talking about? What? I didn't touch it. You got skin. I was like, I was so pissed at myself. I blew my cover. I was like, oh yeah, never mind. I moved them. I was so pissed that I gave away that I got them though.
It would be that's very funny, but it'd be equally funny if like I'm sure a lot of people have never heard of Scandinavian swimmers, you know? So like
Yeah.
if your wife, let's just say there's a universe where she hadn't been to Trader Joe's and wasn't familiar with, so you're just like, hey, Aaron, I know you did something with my Scandinavian swimmer. She's like, what the fuck? It's like a group of people you have
Excuse
tied up in
me?
our garage. What is? Let them go. I didn't do
Yeah.
anything.
In some multiverse, she doesn't.
And
There's a version of
multiverse,
Aaron that doesn't know.
the multiversal versal. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
That made okay. We went to this like beautiful lodge near Sisters, Oregon. It's like in the mountains, kind of south east of us, for Heidi's cousin's 40th birthday, and it was really snowy and it was beautiful. And we got up there, and we were in the lodge, and our room is just right out. It's got an outdoor facing room. It's attached to the lodge, but the room, like the door opens out to like outside, right? There's like a hallway. It's outside.
Yep.
So I'm like changing Ginger poops in the lodge. So I go and I'm going to change her diaper. And there's like a messy one. And like Heidi's trying to do these like training pants, these pull up pants. But
Yeah.
it's like, it's so stupid. Did you ever use those? Because you can't like.
They're just diapers. You just use
They're
them as
just diapers, but you
They're
can't
reusable
take them
diapers.
off the right way. So when you're trying to take this shitty diaper off, it's like you're gonna pull the whole thing down with all the poop, like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
like to
yeah.
be able to
No.
wipe it off and then tie it tight and then get it all like and all the wipes inside there, so it can be one disgusting ball but contained by the
Yeah.
diaper itself.
Yeah.
And with these things, it's just like
Oh
a
yeah.
mess. It's like someone shit their pants.
Right. Yes.
You know? It's like a drunk friend of
Yes.
yours.
Yeah.
And you're like trying to help them out of their shitty pants.
It sounds like you started her a little early on the pull-ups.
Yes. Yeah. We got self-conscious because people started talking about potty training their kids. Anyway. So I'm changing her diaper. It's a big mess, right? But I get it contained enough. Finally, so I'm using like 1,000 wipes.
Yep.
And I mean, then I'm using wipes to kind of wrap it all up so it's not like too disgusting. And it's like it really stinks. I'm like, okay, I gotta throw it away. I don't know where like their dumpster is, but I'm just gonna like set it outside my room for the moment. And then I'm gonna go in, finish, putting Ginger's pants on and stuff. And then when I'm ready to take her out, I will take the diaper to the dumpster. I just want it out of the room for a second. So just put, and remember, the room goes outside, so it's not like stinking up the hallway.
Okay.
So I put it on just by the door, and I hear like a weird, like, Trudy, our dog, starts barking at the door, like somebody's there, but nobody ever comes in, so I don't think anything of it. Then I go out to take the diaper, and like I'd say like 7 or 8 of like the shitty wipes are still there, but the diaper is gone.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the story. I never find out. I was like, did a poor hotel maid come by thinking like maybe they want me to take this? And then
Was
once
it
they
in the
saw
hallway?
it was like it was in the hallway,
Okay.
but I was there for first of all, I was there for like 5 minutes tops.
Are
But
you
like,
wondering if Trudy ate an entire
no,
shitty
no,
diaper?
Trudy was inside.
Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't. Now there's two, really, to me, there's only 2 answers. Both are kind of gross. One, either a maid saw it, started to pick it up and throw it away, and there's like, oh Jesus Christ, and like left the rest of the wipes,
And then
like
quit her job. Yeah.
somehow the diaper had already made it into the trash, or an animal came, like it
Into
was
the hotel?
what's that? It's not. No, the door faced out to the wilderness.
Okay.
So it wasn't an enclosed hallway. It was just like a motel,
Right.
So either, or I think like maybe an animal came and ran off with it or something. But
Okay.
I looked for tracks.
Maybe it's a
'cause I was
bird's.
like,
Maybe
that's
it's a
so
bird's
gross.
nest now.
It was quite the miss. Like I kept saying the story to Heidi, and she's like, "Who cares? Just get over it." And I was like, "Yeah, but what if like so there's the maid's gonna be so mad at us?" And she's like, I was like very obsessed with it, but she's giving me the same reaction you're giving me right now. So let's just move on.
Yeah, who
Who
cares?
cares?
It's out of your hands.
All right.
Yeah. So what's your topic?
Okay. Here's what I need backup on, Johnny.
I'm ready.
Speed limits. Have we ever talked about speed limits on this program?
Probably.
Okay.
Anyway,
Well,
let's do it again.
this is a new opinion I have. You may guess why it got formed.
Oh, you got a speeding ticket.
There should be one on the freeway in every state. I'll let it be different in states.
Okay, so every freeway in a particular,
as long as it's if it's a freeway,
okay,
as in you get on a ramp and now you're on like an interstate freeway.
Yes. Is there a difference between a freeway and a highway?
Yeah.
What is it? I'm sorry.
Well, I think we call the interstates freeways.
Okay.
That's like and then the highways are like state highways. You know, they're like only exist within the states.
Highways.
I also think
the
like
highways
a highway
connect to the freeways.
Like a freeway, you have to like there's a ramp onto it.
Yeah, but
and a highway, you like
highway?
turn, huh?
You can turn onto a highway?
Yeah. All the time. You never been like those. You live in Wisconsin. You never like been on some little country road and then you take a right and all of a sudden you're going like 65 miles an hour onto a freeway or on a highway?
Yeah. Do those sometimes turn into freeways?
Maybe. I don't know. But my definition is
wow.
Well,
for how dumb you're treating me, you should have a real definite answer to that question.
One of us could very easily Google the answer. I think it's that interstates are freeways. Like I-90 is a freeway, you know, or I-5 is a freeway.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
So if it's that, like if you have to take a ramp onto it and it crossed, okay. One speed limit for the whole state.
Yes.
That's it. None of this. It's 70, it's 60, it's 80, it's 55, it's 65, it's 6. Like one speed limit. Because why are you why are you changing it? Yep. Because it goes through a town. Who gives a shit? They don't know how to drive. Like you have pedestrians walking over the freeway in this town.
Yeah, that's illegal. They can't.
If you're going through New York City, it should be the same because no people are on the freeway. That's the whole point.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah.
Did you get a speeding ticket? Yes, I got a speeding ticket. I was going 76 in a 60. They said, but of course I assumed it was like 70, like probably like a mile previous, and I just didn't see the sign. And like every car is like passing me as I'm doing something. So I just was like the idiot with the Oregon plates in Washington State. But
the frequency of the signs is a problem because you're right. Like, especially like you're on an interstate and it changes depending where you are on it. Because even like sometimes you ever notice, like if you're using GPS, it'll tell you on the GPS.
Right.
And sometimes that doesn't even match as you drive by the sign.
They can't keep up with it. No one can. It's so arbitrary. And like, if you're like worried about safety. You're like, I don't think. Fine, make it all 60. I don't care what you make the speed limit. It's just got to stay the same.
Yeah. Don't make us futz with our cruise control.
And it's like, oh, I'm going through, I don't know, Auburn. Better lower it to 60 in case we have, you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. That's stupid.
It makes sense on a highway because then you're like literally going through the town and there's crossing lights or whatever. I get that. Okay. Talking about on the freeway. Now we're back to the distinction.
I'm a little confused.
All right, dude. You
There's
talk.
there's traffic
I am
lights
going to
on
Google.
on highways.
There are sometimes, yes.
I even have Google pulled before we even started this. I a Google browser pulled up
Difference
because I knew we would have something.
between. I feel like I've given like a lot of good differences, and you're just refusing to acknowledge them.
Well, what was my question that you couldn't answer?
Oh, how about this? The quick answer is this is really going to confuse you. All freeways are highways, but not all highways are freeways.
All highways. Wait, say that again.
All freeways are highways, but not all highways are freeways.
While all interstates are highways, not all highways are interstates. Is that the same thing?
A freeway is a highway where access to the roadway is controlled. Drivers can only enter a controlled access highway by ramps. So it's like what I said, the ramps. A freeway is one where you can only get on with a ramp. A highway,
okay, and a highway.
just
Okay,
turn
a highway is
onto it.
just like
And you can
lots
cross
of
a highway.
lanes.
Yeah. Or sometimes
Okay.
a highway is just 2 lanes, but it's like it's like going
All
60
right, I
miles
get
an
it.
hour, like in the podunk part of the world or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, so your topic refers exclusively to interstates.
Freeways. One, and you know what?
Yeah.
I'll
It's
even
convenient that that has two names, freeway and interstates. And the other one is highway.
Wait, why is that convenient?
I was being sarcastic.
Well, I don't know if all interstates are freeway. Maybe all freeways aren't interstates. I don't know.
All interstates are highways.
No one was saying the interstate was not a word in this definition.
Did you use
You want
Google?
me to read it again?
No, yours. What you said is exactly what I said. Okay, I think we've just lost all of our listeners. I cannot think of a more boring part.
This is real. Who gives a shit? But
Not your topic, just what we're
Yeah.
talking about.
No, just make the speed limit the same on all freeways.
And
leave it at that.
I think that is true, but if they can't do that, they need a better system than a sign every less than a mile. Like they should color code it. Like, oh, this color means this speed, and that's what runs along the shoulder. So you can always check what the speed limit is. If you miss the sign that you just drove by, what, you're just fucked until you see the next sign?
They should have QR codes at every milepost that you can just
No, well, why wouldn't they just put
as you're
the
going
speed
by.
limit instead of a QR code?
Trying to make it needlessly complicated. Just make it one speed. How about that?
I agree.
One speed limit.
And what would that speed be? 75.
70. All right, 75. I don't even care. I don't care. You know, it's so funny. So I feel like some people are like, I'm a fast driver. I drive fast, you know, and some people are like, oh, I just like to drive slow or whatever. Yeah. I don't even care. Fast, slow. It doesn't bother. You're going to get there. You know, someone told me that too once, like, I forget what the actual numbers were, but like the difference between driving 80 and 65, you have to go so far for it to make a meaningful difference on like what time you get there. Like you're talking like hours of driving, and then you'll only get there like 15 minutes before the other guy or something.
Yeah, after 1 hour, you'll get there 25 minutes earlier if you go 85 miles an hour.
Is that right? Are you doing the math?
There's not a lot of math to do. I'm just doing a little quick math here. You drive for an hour, you've gone 85 miles.
You'll go 85 miles in an hour. If you go 65 miles an hour, yeah.
If you go 60 miles an hour, you're 25 miles behind. But then you'll go those extra
20 miles and 60. Okay, I gotta figure this out. I'm not sure that you're right.
Here's our remaining listeners that made it past that last hump. Wait a minute. What are they doing now? Math?
Okay, I'm going to Google this quick.
What are you Googling? That math? In 1 hour.
I go.
If you go 85 miles an hour.
I'm going to say 80 miles per hour.
Okay. Versus what? 60 miles an hour?
60 miles
Yeah, you'll get there 20.
How much faster will I get there?
If you're driving for an hour,
Yeah, if you're driving for an hour.
you'll be 20 miles ahead of the other guy.
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
I I know I'll give you a blowjob if I'm wrong. I know I'm right.
Why can't I wrap my head around this? Okay, so if you go 40 for an hour and a half, it takes you an hour and 30 minutes to get somewhere. I can't do this while we're talking. I cannot do this while we're. I've never been more embarrassed. Because I heard this some weird guy talking about it. It made me think like, oh, speeding's not worth it. But whatever, maybe it is. I don't know. But my point
you are
was,
going faster.
You are going faster, but it's like it doesn't make that big of a difference in your life when you think about the time you actually end up saving.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say it is. So it's 15 minutes or whatever you said. Like, you seem so incredulous.
Now you're telling me that if you say 85 minus 60 is 25,
I don't
I'll
know that
take
it's
your word
85.
for it.
I don't know that it is 85 minus 60. Doesn't save you. What are you saving? It says that you saving that's 25 minutes.
If your destination is 85 miles away,
right?
The guy going 85 miles an hour will get there in an hour.
Right. And how fast will the guy going 60 miles an hour get there?
He will have 25 miles. He goes a mile a minute. So he'll be 25 minutes behind. Because in 1 hour,
no, but he won't be 25 minutes behind. That's my point. Everyone is getting so mad. All right, wait. Say it again. Say it again. So if you're going 60 miles an hour,
yep,
and you're going how many miles?
80. You're both going to the same destination, which is 85 miles away.
Right.
The first guy will get there in 1 hour because that's the speed he's going, 85 miles in an hour. Right. So he'll get there in 1 hour.
So how fast does the guy going 60 get there?
He will get there in 85 minutes, which is 25 minutes after the first guy got there. I don't know
that that's right. I think that that's right.
Okay, folks, leave a 5-star review and
someone figure out this math problem for me.
I just did.
I don't know that you got it right. You're not showing your work.
I don't know.
We're gonna edit this all out.
I don't know what more you can. That's not fair. We didn't edit out. We didn't edit out me saying, "Hey, did you hear they're roasting Mr. Peanut?"
80 miles driving 60 miles per hour. Right?
85 miles and 60 miles an hour.
85. How long does it go? 85 miles driving 60 miles an hour?
Yeah. He'll get there in 85 minutes.
Yeah. So you're saying it's 1 hour and 25 minutes, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
I know.
Why couldn't I ever? So that's a significant time you're saving.
Yes.
So people should speed. What was I thinking?
Yeah. Well, I don't know the context of this person you were talking to, but maybe they were talking about zipping around the city and the jackass that zips by you and then you catch up to him at the red light. Well, yeah,
that's totally different. But no, I've thought that like driving on the freeway, it's like, I don't need to speed. Like, what's the point? You're all going to get there, but that's like 25 minutes over your life. That adds up.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a giant waste of everyone.
This has been math talk with
Johnny
and Andrew.
I've never felt more I'm embarrassed.
Oh, don't.
I feel very dependent.
Don't. There's a lot of dumb people in the world. Hey, is this episode 150?
I don't know, but it's our last.
Goodbye, folks.
Is it 150?
Review if we're still at 1.
I'm sure it is 150. I think you're right. I shouldn't be. Yeah, it is. It's episode 150. We should have acknowledged that or something.
Well, yes, that's a big deal. But in 6 episodes, that's our 3 years. No missing a beat. 156. That's when we do something special.
Inexplicably. Yeah, let's think of something to do for that. That would be fun.
We'll do a movie review episode.
We'll get some sweet what are they? Norwegian Nibblers or whatever.
Scandinavian swimmers,
Scandinavian
Norwegian
swimmers.
nibblers.
What a ripoff of Swedish Fish. I mean, Trader Joe's really not even pretending. Come up with
I
your own
know.
gimmick.
Such a ripoff.
All right. Let's just get out of here. That was very embarrassing.
Let's do it, folks. Thanks for listening.
If you did it.
Andrew, do you got anything you got to plug?
Yeah, I'm gonna be at the Cumin Math Tutoring Center on Wednesday.
Lovely.
No, I don't know. Oh, Joker's Comedy Club in Richland coming up March 24th, 25th.
All right. I will be in Belmont, Wisconsin and Prairie du Chien, both on the same day, Saturday the 25th coming up. So that's exciting. I don't know the venue, but they're on my website, johnnybeaner.com. Those might be private shows, so I don't know. johnnybeaner.com.
Right, very good. I know there's a reason. Okay. Thanks everybody for listening. Oh, subscribe to the Patreon if you want more.
You want to be kept abreast of our.
If you want even more, subscribe to the Patreon for Poster Banner. And thank you for listening to
the Cavalry.
Cavalry.